congregation. Anyone making the hour-and-a-half drive from Miller's Kill would have to be hurting bad. I don't have it in me to minister right now. She opened the door. The man rooting beneath the kitchen counter stood up and up and up before turning toward her. "Miss Fergusson, finally. I confess I was beginning to feel a bit concerned." Clare blinked. "Father Aberforth?" She looked around, as if there might be someone else who could explain why Albany's diocesan deacon-at-large was standing in the kitchen on a Monday afternoon holding a battered tea kettle. The open floor plan didn't leave much scope for hiding, however, unless the presiding bishop was lurking in the bathroom. "What are you doing here?" Father Aberforth plunked the kettle into the sink and twisted the tap on. "Making tea." He gestured behind her. "You might want to shut the door before you let all the heat out." She kicked the door closed without turning around. "I've been on retreat." Her voice sounded shaky, as if she were excusing her absence from her parish. Willard Aberforth was known as the Bishop of Albany's hitman, a scarecrow in black who dealt discreetly and firmly with problem priests. And she, they both knew, was a problem priest. Or at least, a priest with a problem. "I hadn't forgotten that," he said dryly, shutting off the water and swinging the kettle onto the stove. "I spoke to Father Lawrence before driving up here, to see how everything went. He said you had called him and told him you were coming back early." "Tomorrow morning." "You had Wednesday to Wednesday, you know." "I know. I did what I came up here to do. Now I think getting back to work will be good for me." Aberforth raised his eyebrows, unfurling an expanse of sagging skin. "Do you have concerns about Father Lawrence's abilities? I'm the one who approved him as your supply priest for the week, you know." "Ah, no worries. He seemed quite geriatric. Nice. When I briefed him, experienced, very experienced." "He was a good friend of your predecessor." The late lamented Father Hames, who had become St. Albans priest around the time Betty Grable was a pin-up girl. "I believed he and your parishioners would feel quite comfortable together." She had thought, after the events of the past night, that her reserves of grief and dread were plumbed out, but she felt a fresh upwelling of fear at his words. Is the bishop suspending me?" Father Aberforth looked at her. He had once been a younger and heavier man, and his face fell in deceptively drooping folds, but his black eyes showed that inside he was still all hard lines and angles. "Does that thought distress you?" "Yes." She was surprised how much. Over the past 4 months, she had been praying for some sign that she was in the right place, that God intended her to be a parish priest rather than a social worker or a chaplain or a helicopter pilot, her old, easy calling. God had remained resolutely silent on the matter. Maybe now he was talking to her in the sick clench of her gut. Father Aberforth nodded. "I thought it might. The answer is no. The bishop is not suspending you from your duties." The last of her energy left her body with her breath. Clare let her day-pack thud to the floor and collapsed into a nearby sofa without bothering to remove her parka. She heard the click-click-clicking of the burner as Aberforth turned on the gas and a whoosh as his match lit the ring into flame. "I know you're a coffee fiend, but there must be tea here somewhere," he said. "In the pantry, in one of the Tupperware boxes." She listened to Aberforth rummage around, the clink and clunk of mugs and spoons, and the sugar tin, and she could hear her grandmother